Hey YouTube, I just want to talk about these insoles. These are the Superfeet Flex insoles. You can buy them in Tennis Warehouse for $34.99, and I really like these insoles. They're not too thick, so they're not going to fill up your shoe and cramp your feet. They don't slide around in your shoes, so that's good. And I don't even think I had to do any cutting. I just put them right in, and they just worked. These are a size D, and I am a size 8, so I do have smaller feet, but yeah, these just sit right in. They're perfect. I didn't have to do any adjusting. I bought them in September, mid-September, and now it's April 20th. So, but there was the winter season, so I didn't really play in November, December, January, February. So I got like a good 3-4 months out of these insoles, and they still have life in them. I can still play with them, but you can tell it's starting to get a little bit compressed. If you look here, and I was starting to feel a little bit more pain in my feet. I always had pain in my feet and my arches, but with these insoles, it was much more tolerable and sustainable. So yeah, I highly recommend these insoles if you want to try out some tennis insoles. Yeah, these are great. There's some other ones I've been trying out, and they're a pass for me, and I'll talk about them later. Well, I don't know, we'll see. They seem to be getting a little bit better now that I'm breaking them in, but I mean, compared to other insoles I've tried the Yonex insoles, and I actually really like those Yonex insoles. Can't exactly remember the model number, but there's only one insole I think that they sell. And the reason why I chose to buy that insole was I had Yonex tennis shoes before, and I really liked those insoles. I didn't feel a lot of pain in my feet. They weren't too thick, but they did provide a good amount of comfort. The trick with these athletic insoles is, you don't want them to be too mushy, but at the same time you do want to alleviate some pain and provide support. I think that's what these like little blue plastic bits are. That helps provide additional support, and it keeps the insole holding this shape. You see how it's a little bit raised arch right here? And this little blue piece is holding it in. So it's not like overbearing on your arch right now. Like some of the insoles I've tried, if you have a high arch, maybe it's different for you. For me, I don't have that high of an arch. I do have some of an arch though. I'd say medium arch. I don't know. I don't see a lot of people's feet, but I'm assuming it's probably like a medium arch. My little brother has really flat feet, so I know what it's like for the struggle for flat-footed people. And then people have really high arches too, they also struggle. My mom has high arches. But for me, yeah, this was perfect. This provides just the amount of support I needed from an insole. More thoughts is I do use Babylon tennis shoes. I use the Mach 3. Those are my favorite shoes. They just fit my feet perfectly. And I think everyone has, different foot shape. So different tennis shoes are going to fit your feet better. So you just have to keep trying out tennis shoes until you find one that you like. But for me, I found that I like these Mach 3s, and I bought like 10 pairs. Just so that I can just keep wearing them whenever I need to switch out. And my dad, for example, he uses K-Swiss tennis shoes because he has really wide feet. And that's the only shoes that has fit his foot perfectly, and he loves them. So yeah, try out different shoes if you're having feet pain. You just have to keep trying them until you find one you like. And I remember, for example, I really like the tennis shoes I've tried Yonex Epsilon for clay, Mach 3. I tried there's this other Yonex, like an all black one that had an orange bottom. I can't remember what it's called. I've tried the Novaks, A6 Novaks. I've tried Mizuno Wave. I also tried the Nike. I can't remember what they're called, but actually I didn't like them very much, so I returned them because they didn't fit my feet very well. And also, I don't like when the bottom sole is one piece because it's less flexible. So I like to at least be in two pieces so that the heel and the front part can move separately. Because yeah, when the bottom sole is one piece, if you take up the bottom of your tennis shoes, but if you imagine that it's a tennis shoe, if it's just one plastic piece that's connected, no matter how well they do it, it still requires more effort for you to pivot on your foot like this. So it causes extra strain, and for those of us who have pain on the bottom of our foot, that is actually a noticeable amount of pain, and yeah, it's not good. So shoes, when I look at tennis shoes, I'm buying tennis shoes, they always must have a separated bottom and top part, so that when you pivot on this foot, you don't have to do extra work to bend the plastic piece in the middle. It shouldn't be a plastic piece in the middle, in my opinion. Granted, you know, I'm sure there's engineers at Nike who are designing it for a specific kind of person, but for anyone who is trying to prevent foot injury or has some foot pain and they are trying to alleviate the pain, then yeah, look for tennis shoes that don't have a connected bottom sole but have two. And then try out multiple different tennis shoes, because every tennis shoe is different. All the tennis shoes I've tried out have been different, and there's been many that I've liked, but the current Bible shoes I have are just a perfect fit for my foot. I will say though, their soles are trash. I can use the Babolat soles for maybe 2 weeks, and then I had to toss them out because they're just so thin, so bad. And also another disappointing insole, while we're talking about other shoes, I did not like the or the Novaks. What are they called? Novaks FF, Court FF. Yeah, those insoles, like the Yonex ones were so much better. But I kind of get why the insoles are the way they are, because when you first put them on, they feel amazing. But then after, like, for me, it was like a week and a half of play, or maybe it was 2 weeks. They were just, yeah, they weren't doing the job anymore. So I had to toss them. But I think pro players, because they always have, you know, a million pairs of shoes. And for Novak, he said that this shoe was custom designed perfectly for him. So he's probably going through like a pair of shoes per match, right? So the insoles need to feel perfect for that one match. And like if you make them more sturdy, maybe make it more durable, then maybe there's a longer break-in time. And then obviously Novak needs them immediately. Our pro players want their insoles feeling perfect immediately. So they're not going to want that. But I do wish that for like recreational players that Asics would offer better insoles for us, but yeah, I don't know. But then maybe you're losing out on the Novak experience. But yeah, sorry, that was a long rambling. So yeah, I don't like the Asics insoles. At first they feel great, but they don't last long at all. I highly recommend the Superfeets. I'm trying out some cadences right now, and there's a couple of insoles that I'm trying out. And if you're interested in these kind of videos, then I guess I'll also put a review for those. But hope this helps someone else out there. Yeah, try them out. And sorry about the long rambling. Bye.